oh, you're right, Lattice Cam here, and it's just taking me so long to kind of just record and just do. I'm kind of doing it all off the top of my head, and it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm really bad at it. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right setup I want to be using for this sort of Slayer task. I really don't think it is, and I think I'm actually losing absolute bang. What the hell have I got a Berserker ring on? Whatever, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to talk. Anyway, Christmas. It is Christmas. Hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Hope you're having a lovely Christmas. If you got anything nice, comment below. Comment below what you got. I look forward to seeing. But anyway, story time with Cam. I thought I'd keep this off a new little bit of a series idea where I talk about life events and all that sort of bits and pieces. Story time could be anything in general. So you wouldn't mind me keeping up with this. I'm more than happy to, without a doubt. I probably will implement a webcam sooner or later, just want to get the money. But video number 1, Creamfields 2015. For those who don't know, Creamfields is probably the biggest sort of dance music festival in the UK, based up in Daresbury. For those who don't know where that is, that's kind of Liverpool area, Liverpool, Manchester, north of England. So as you don't know, I am from Kent. Kent is in the southeast of England, so it's quite far. It's very far, and it's very far out of the way. And I went with... Did I just drink that? Yeah, I did. I went with 3 friends. I thought it'd be a sensible idea to drive, didn't I? Didn't really go to plan straight away. For those of you who know, I drive a Vauxhall Corsa Black Edition, so it's quite a small car as it is. But we managed to cramp everything in. The lot of us, we got everything settled in, and everything was up and running. We got everything in the car. We're on our way. Anyway, 10 minutes down the road, I hit a curb. Bus on the other side of the road didn't give me enough room as I thought he would, and it was kind of like a sort of like a bollard thing in the road that kind of it's almost like a speed bump. It was a curb instead of a speed bump, so you have to go around it rather than go up it. But yeah, I didn't think I was that close, and the bus was very close. Wasn't stopping for some reason. I don't really know why. Just thought, no, I'm not going to stop. And I thought, fuck, he's going to hit me. So I've gone boom, and I've gone whack right into this curb. Bearing in mind, this is probably about 8:30 in the morning. It's already taken us absolutely ages to get ready for the day, pack everything in the car, yeah, I go to check my car. I drive it down the road a little bit, and I think, right, it's okay, I hope, because it was enough a thud. You know what, it almost hurt a little bit, actually. It was that much of a thud. It's quite scary how much of a bang it made. But yep, check the car, check the tyre. The wheel looked fine. The alloy even, but the actual wheel, the tyre, was absolutely... well, it was fucked, pretty much. No puncture, but there was a big bulge hanging out the side of the tyre. So I thought, ugh, it hasn't gone well whatsoever. So I've driven down to the local tyre place and got that fixed. It didn't take too long. Thank God they weren't busy. I just explained the situation. I was like, yeah, we need to kind of get going. It's a little bit later than we would have imagined leaving, but that cost me £100, which I really didn't fancy paying, but didn't really have much of a choice, to be honest with you, because I'm a fucking idiot and I can't drive properly. But no, we all know that's happened. So it didn't start too good, and then bear in mind I've probably got like a 350 mile drive whatever to Liverpool afterwards, and I'm like, oh, could it go any worse? And I didn't have any wellies, and the weather prediction for that weekend was meant to be absolutely shocking. We looked, and the weather was supposed to absolutely dredge it down. So I needed to get some wellies, and I'd spent probably the majority of the evening before looking around shops, and because it was kind of festival season, and obviously the weather had predicted to be quite bad, wellies more or less everywhere in the fucking country were sold out. Like, honestly, without a doubt, I could not get any. And eventually I got a pair. In the range out of all places, only like 15 quid or whatever, not even that. But yeah, we got going, and the traffic, flipping heck, it was awful. We stopped into Wolverhampton. There's an Asda's just outside of Molineux Stadium. That was quite eventful. We stopped just outside the stadium to grab some bits and pieces. And I think between 4 of us for the whole weekend, we spent just under 200 quid on. I mean, we got little snacks. We got so much alcohol as well. We got a lot of drink. So So I don't know. What time is this? Would we say? I think the main event. I think the main event on the actual Friday was to see Hardwell at about 7 o'clock, and by this time it was about 5 o'clock, and we were a couple of hours away from Creamfields itself. So it was like, we've missed Hardwell, which is fine because he played on the Saturday Sunday as well. I think there's a little bit of a clash because Hardwell and Tiesto played at the end on the Sunday, so I assume Hardwell played on Friday so that people could watch Tiesto on Sunday, so they wouldn't miss. Obviously, I saw Hardwell on the Sunday instead of Tiesto. I don't know why. I had seen Hardwell before in Amsterdam in January, which was that was still without a doubt the best weekend of my life. You know, that was a fucking great weekend. But no, we got to Creamfields. We were like, oh yes, we're so happy, and we've got a sleeping bag, we've got our rucksacks, we've got the mats, we've got the tent that we need to carry, and the Tesco bags. And honestly, like, most of the Tesco bags ripped, and we were so far away from where we were camping, it was unreal. It just took absolutely ages to get there, and I shit you not, I had fucking bruises on my arms from when, honestly, I had fucking bruises on my arms. The phone's going off. Why is the phone going off? Why is this happening? Right, sorry about that, blooming phone. Anyway, yeah, I had bruises on my arms when I was carrying everything, and eventually we got there, and I thought it was getting dark. We had some ciders. We literally had about 4 or 5 big crates of cider, and I was like, you know what, you lads can set the tents up. There were 3 other guys that helped set the tents up. I've got a voicemail message on my phone. Why do things keep going off? It's like I'm Mr. Popular at the moment. Alright, the phone's off, which is a result. Go away, don't want the phone. But yeah, I let the guys do it, and I thought I'd join in and help with setting the tent up. First, we put the holes in the wrong hole. So we got the wrong way. It was on basically sideways. Took them out, put the tent up, and we realised, hang on a minute, where do we put the cover, the waterproof cover? Oh yeah, it turns out we put the fucking tent on inside out. Group of Irish lads next to us, off their fucking nuts, off MD and Coke and whatever. They came over, started banging bits around, thinking they were helping, and I was like, you know what, I can't be fucking bothered with this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Bear in mind, it's getting dark. It was absolutely freezing. I mean, it was summer, so it was getting dark, so it must have been about 9, 10 o'clock that we actually eventually got the tent set up, and it was inside out. But we got that sorted. Tent was set up with help of the neighbours next door, not the noisy ones. Thank fuck for that. They were a pain in the left nut. But nah, a couple of people came to help us, bless them, which was great. I appreciate their help. But yeah, next day, ready and roaring. I think we see that day. I think Danny Howell was on. We missed. Now, Oliver Heldens was one of the big acts that we saw. Actually, that was fucking brilliant. Kygo was excellent, actually. Kygo was probably one of the best ones out of all of them. I mean, for those who don't know, Kygo, it's not the sort of it's not that the sort of oomph, is it? It's not massive, you know. It's not proper having it rave music. It's proper chill, and you're like, oh. And I tell you what, the smell of weed around the fucking set for Kygo, it just hums. And anyway, yeah, enjoying Kygo, and all of a sudden, someone had honestly put out a fucking fag butt on my back. Yeah, they just thought, you know what, yeah, they're going to put out a fag butt on his back. So yeah, that really did make me feel very happy. No, yeah, who else did we see on the Saturday? I think we saw Martin Garrix. But yeah, anyway, saw Hardwell on the Sunday. Mate, Chris fucking destroyed the tent, and I kind of helped destroy the tent as well. So I am partially to blame. I can't blame anyone else. It is sort of my fault as well. But yeah, we destroyed the tent, and this was really bad actually, because I had a bit to drink beforehand anyway, probably early afternoon, say 11ish, 12ish. So I thought I've probably sobered up a little bit, because I knew that I was meant to be driving. But anyway, we had our bags, we had our tent that was trashed, so we couldn't leave our bags anywhere, because obviously we were worried that they were going to get nicked. And we went to the stewards outside of the actual gig, on the entrance. They were like, basically, lads, once you're out, you're not allowed to come back in. And we were like, we actually made up an excuse. We said, someone's destroyed our tent. we haven't got these bits and pieces. They're proper fucking arseholes about it as well. They're proper rude. And we was like, someone's destroyed our tent. There's nothing really we can do about it. We just want to take our bits back to the car, and we want to see Hardwell at the end. And yeah, didn't end up doing that in the end. Anthony and Bruce, two of the other lads, went back to my car and thought it'd be funny to drive my car, but no, they only drove it close, which was alright. So me and Chris, we went inside for a couple of hours. We saw Hardwell. Who else did we see? We saw a bit of Robin Schulz. That was brilliant actually. It wasn't as busy as I thought it would be. I thought he's quite a big guy actually nowadays. He's got quite a lot of big tunes that have been released. Who else did we see? Eric Prydz. Eric Prydz played. That was fucking amazing. Saw a little bit of him. Oh, who else played? Who was it just before Hardwell? Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. Yeah, they were on as well. And I hadn't really heard of them very much. Obviously, they're the #1 DJs in the world, but they're decent. They are decent. They're not as good as Hardwell, but that Hardwell set, we were right at the front, and it was absolutely fucking incredible. Right at the front of Hardwell, and actually, yeah, I was right at the front of Oliver Heldens as well, actually. But yeah, absolutely incredible weekend. I ended up driving back, and I probably averaged about, what did I average? I averaged a good 45 to a gallon on the way back in my 1.4, which isn't that bad really. There was not much traffic at all. I just literally, I cruise controlled it. Did I not drink that? Oh, I didn't drink the right one, did I? There we go. Right, no, I cruise controlled it on the way back. Next to no traffic, it was pissing it down, but I got home, and I tell you what, it was such a rewarding feeling being home after that weekend, to have a lie-in rather than getting up feeling shitty in the morning, you know, getting stuck in traffic on the way out. Beat the queues and got home, and by the time I was up, like, the majority of people were probably still in bed at Creamfields. So yeah, great weekend. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, lads, please feel free to leave a like. Like I said, this setup that I'm using, I'm probably not entirely sure if it's the best setup that I should be using, but couldn't really give a shit, to be honest with you. I'm just not really playing, I'm just AFKing and talking. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed. Thank you very much.